What's up guys, this is Rajo back with another video. Thanks for joining me. In this video I'm going to be totally tricking out Galaga Arcade 1-Up Countercade, and I have various pieces that I will leave timestamps below for the different sections. But first I'm going to start off with this awesome control panel that I got from Tulsa Arcades, and it also came with deck protector. So this was CNC cut out for it, and you can see it's a different pattern than the normal control panel that comes with the Countercade. It has the spot for the joystick, 3 buttons, and you can do your coin and play one button. And the graphics look close to what came on the Countercade to begin with, so that's pretty cool. I also have from Geek Sales the converter board, LCD video driver converter board, that will enable me to use the stock monitor, and I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus for this build. It came with what was it, 3D printed mounting bracket, HDMI cable, and there's a micro USB to USB type A cable included. Pretty cool. I also have, for my buttons, for an easy start kit I got on Amazon for about, I think, 24 bucks. So I'm going to be changing out these awful buttons that are like mushy and dead to these nice colored with a chrome accent around it with an internal micro switch, a nice click to it. Also changing the joystick. I got like a Sanwa clone joystick that I will be connecting to this USB encoder board that came with the kit, and that, like I said, was about $24. So it came with all the buttons, the encoder board, the joystick with the knob, and the USB cable to connect to your Raspberry Pi. And I also have an audio mini amplifier, which I got off of Amazon, and I will leave a link to all of these products in the description below. So I'm going to hook the 3.5mm cable coming out of the Raspberry Pi into this, and wire the speakers to this, and I'll be able to control it, since on the new controller I'm not going to have a volume up and down or on and off switch for that. And speaking about on and off, I modified the back plate. I put in a switch so I can plug this directly into the wall, flick this, and everything will turn on. I have this connected to a 3-port power strip. I just cut the cord and connected it to this. If you're not that familiar or a little leery about messing with the power, you can just very well just use a regular power strip and just cut a little hole and use that if you're not comfortable. And if you want, leave a comment down below and I will do a separate video on how to wire this. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but if you want, I will do a separate video and show you how to splice. I'm going to use the wire strippers, these tools here, and these little plugs to put on the clips to the terminals, the ends, and connect it to this, and I can go do a step-by-step video for this if you would like. So just let me know in the comments. So let's start with the control panel. And like I said, I got this from Tulsa Arcades, and this was, I should have filmed the unboxing of that, but this was very well packaged. They used like super thick bubble wrap tape on this, and you see I'm just pulling off this other strip here. There's a protective plastic on that. This is nice wood here, or it might be MDF, I'm not sure. But one nice thing is that it uses actual T-molding, so it has a cutout for it, and if you can see, I'll probably do a close-up later on of this. So it's actual T-molding on that, and you can choose the color when you order on their website, and I'll leave a link to their website also on this description of this video. So let's start with, well, let's start with this joystick. Put that in. So let's see how we'll put the joystick, which take the cover off first. Try to figure out best way to mount this, and with this there's plenty of room. The other one, it was turned sideways, which I can't do with this, it'll be a problem. So I just have to get this centered and then just mark the holes and use just regular, because this is soft, either MDF or wood, so I don't have to really drill. I can just use a wood screw and screw right into the board with a screwdriver. But take my pen and try to mark this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the box that this came in, put some of this stuff aside, and hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. But what I'm going to do, and I have another set of buttons, so I ordered 2 different sets. These are just the plain color buttons, and you can see these have the chrome ring around them, so wasn't sure what I wanted to use, so I ordered 2 different sets. And you can't beat the price of $23. You don't have to invest a whole hell of a lot of money for these buttons and joysticks. I mean, you can if you want, but for this countercade, I wasn't gonna break the piggy bank on this type of stuff. So use this little box to get it, and I can look underneath, just make sure it's pretty centered, and hopefully I'm not blocking. That's good. And that looks about right. So I will just tab there and just hold it and look to see. And when I get there, I just marked 2 dots, and when it was on the box, I just had it, you can see here, where I just made sure this was centered as much as possible in the center of the circle, the hole there. That's about right. Okay. All right. So, 2 wood screws. Put that on. And the tip of the screw is very sharp, so it already digs into the wood very easily. Over tighten it, so strips the wood, and yep, that looks pretty good. There you have it. Looks like it's pretty much centered. Nice. And what's cool about this one, it has a Sanwa restrictor plate, which I can adjust. Right now it's set in the 8-way, configuration, and I'm going to change it to a 4-way so you can play Donkey Kong, Miss Pac-Man, and Galaga, which is on there, Galaga 88, and so forth. So it's pretty cool. And then I will just put this plate, dust plate cover, and put the top. And with this, there is a little flathead screw on the bottom here. I will just use a flathead, hold on to the screw while I'm putting the ball top on to make it a lot easier. And let's see if I can hold it up to show you. What I'm doing here is holding with a screwdriver. I'm not going to do it off camera because it's going to be hard to hold it up for the camera. So I am holding the screw, which is right here, and it's going to restrict this from moving, and I can tighten the ball top. And let's see. Such in a hurry, I completely forgot to put the deck protector on first. I just thought about that. So if you don't have a deck protector, you could just proceed, which what I'm going to do next, but I forgot it came with a deck protector, so let me take off this. This is going to be a pain in the butt. I remember usually taking off this paper for the plexi. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt, so you guys are very slow. And I will do that off camera, and then we'll turn back to the video. Okay, got the paper off of the plexiglass. Wasn't too difficult. One side was hard to get this paper off. But I'm just cleaning off the plexiglass before I put it on. As you can see, it's a nice plexiglass here. Put that right on that. Okay, lines up nice. Okay. Now put this dust cover on, and then the bowl top. Try this again, and let's see. That protector is loose on it, like so, but it's going to be secure once I put the buttons on. And let's start with coin and then player 1. Now with this EG Starts kit, it came with the buttons, little fasteners that you just put like so, and then you just tighten it on. And I have a tool from when I put together my other arcade cabinet to make it easy, so you can just, it can fit 2 different size nuts to screw on for the buttons on control panels. Nice and snug. Button 1. And you can do whatever you want. It came with a set, 2 sets of buttons, red, green, blue, and yellow. Also with a coin and player 1 button. If you don't want to use these, you can just use a color button and pop off the cap. And I got stickers, which I got from Micro Center, about $4. So if you wanted to just change the, let's say focus, change to, let's say, a red button and put the coin or player 1 symbol on it, you can use these clear stickers and just pop off the cap and put that on there, whichever you prefer. It's all according to your personal taste. So that's the beauty of modding. You can, sky's the limit within reason to some of the things that you can come up with and do to these arcade cabinets. Alright, let's make that straight. straight as possible. Okay, and I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna go with a color scheme of red, green, and yellow for this control panel. So the end result will look like this. Just loosely put these screw fasteners on. And then move on to the next. Blue. See how this one looks. Debating if I should change the green to blue, but that's fine. You can always just change it up later on. Okay, now all the buttons in place. So I'm just gonna tighten everything down now. So that's the control panel done. How it looks. Trying to get the glare from the light. And these have a nice clicky feel to them, the button press and joystick, which like I said is an 8-way. All I have to do is pop off this restrictor plate and just adjust this, raise this up and move it into the 4-way position. Now we have to put, I don't know if I'm going to use double stick tape or what have you to wire this up, but for now I am just going to have this like so. And let's see if I can bring the camera a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. This USB encoder, and it comes with the strips like this. The joystick itself comes with a 5-pin connector, which it only goes one direction because it's slotted. Can't see. It's slotted, so it only goes one direction. Put that in here like so. On the encoder. Yeah. So that one end goes into the joystick. And then these pull apart. So, and these are a 3-pin connector. So, and on this encoder board, it has certain slots, but I don't believe it doesn't matter because once you go into use a Raspberry Pi, you are going to configure it in the settings when you boot up Emulation Station. So, like on the bottom here, they have K12, K11, Start, SE, R2, L2, R1, L1, K4, all that. And some turbo modes and auto mode, but we're not going to be utilizing all that. So just, you can put it any configuration you want here on this encoder board. And again, even on the buttons themselves, the cable goes in just one way. Just do it where, try to keep some of these cables close to one another. Okay, so right now this is how it would be. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna tape it, and then maybe I'll zip tie some of these cables together like so, and you would plug in the USB cable into the encoder board like so. And again, this cord cable only plugs in one way, and this will plug into the Raspberry Pi to one of the USB ports. And there you have it. The buttons will light up once this turns on, and power is applied to the Raspberry Pi in the unit. And that's it for the control panel. And that's the final product. Looks pretty nice. Like that. Okay, we're back with a close-up of the inside of the Countercade, and this is again the Gen 2 version of the Countercade, and this LCD controller board will work, what the instructions say, for Gen 1 and Gen 2 Countercades. So, let's give you a close-up. Here is the controller board. Let's see, without a glare. Try to do it without glare. Okay, so we have the controller board, like so. And this is where the ribbon cable that's coming from the monitor will plug into this. You have your HDMI port here. You have your audio 3.5mm jack there. And then the micro USB here for power on the board itself. And here is the little source menu, control panel, power on and off, switch controller. So this will go here, and this will go somewhere next to it. And this is the 3D printed standoffs and the connector set. And they send you nice detailed instructions, which I'll show here. Get this in focus, you can see, and then I'll adjust it so you can see the instructions here. It says quick start guide. It shows you the various ports which I just spoke of. You have ports, cables for speakers, and so forth. It's all illustrated here. And then in the back, that's part 1 and part 2 of the instructions. Okay, so what I need to do first is take off these little screws and take off this metal box here, and unplug all the connections, so we're not going to be reusing that. And I will take off the control panel. So just took off the old control panel, which I'm not going to use anymore. Put that to the side, and that just leaves us with the speaker wires right here. And I may relocate the speaker, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And just take off this box here. 2 screws. This part of the video I might speed up and put some music to it, I'm not sure. Put these little screws on the side. Tape on this. Okay. Connect it. Okay, as you see there, it's on and off. There's a power connector here. So gently disconnect that to take the plate off. And here's your PCB for the thing. So first things first, I'm going to disconnect this cable. Let's see, small flathead, and this gotta be very careful. It's probably a very fragile ribbon cable that goes from the monitor to this PCB. So just push this flap. Panel. This is the back panel board, which I modded. So, how many things need power? So if I can just use, let's do a trial, and I'm gonna just get the power cord, which I will just plug into back here, like so. And I'll put all the screws and button it up later on. I just want to test this out, make sure it works. And if it works, it should. Fingers crossed. The light on this is on. We're getting power. got lights on the Raspberry Pi. Let's see. Get the buttons lit up. Turn off one of these lights. Let's see. Audio's working. Didn't need the amp, but I still need the amp to adjust the volume. Since I have no volume control on the control panel. Let me turn the light back off. The camera. Alright, so now we have, you can see the screen. It's the same screen as before, so looking directly on with a camera, it looks good. Off angles, it's washed out. But this Raspberry Pi 3B Plus image by Scooney and Hursty has 524 games available. First I'm gonna have to hook up the keyboard. I have the keyboard, wireless keyboard hooked up so I can set up the controls. And that's always got to do that with Raspberry Pi. Okay. Press the A button. So it detects that. So up, down, left, right. Right now I'm configuring the controls. I don't know how well you can see that. Start and select. Start. I'm gonna go through this again because I messed up one of the inputs. Alright, got the controls configured, and let's see some games. (1941, 1942). It's got a video snap, but I'm not getting audio, so let's go to options and see what's the deal. Audio, I just had audio working, so going to the Raspberry Pi settings, audio, HDMI. Okay. So now we got that. Go back. So 1942. Let's try that. It's got a loading screen. Insert coin, and away we go. We are playing 1942 on the newly modded Galaga Countercade from Arcade 1-Up, which originally only had Galaga and Galaga 88. Pretty cool, guys. This video controller converter board is very nice. I just have to figure out if the volume is good. I'm gonna give this Countercade to my wife as a present, but I just have to play around with probably hook up the either splice the wire and connect it to that mini amp that I showed you earlier, so I can control the volume. But other than that, this is pretty cool. I plug everything into that LCD converter board, and audio is playing from the stock speaker, which is one volume. So if that's cool, if my wife likes it like that, I'll leave it at that, and she can just rock out like this. And to get out of to the next track, I might have to add another button maybe into the front for a hotkey. So I chose this as a hotkey, but that's all configuring inside of RetroPie, the emulation station, trying to figure out. But a little more configuration, but all in all, I want to get out of this to show you. And these buttons feel real nice compared to those garbage Arcade One Up buttons that stock that came. Joystick's nice. The joystick from stock was pretty good, and they just moved left and right for the Galaga. So, but this is a nice joystick which you can change from 8-way to 4-way. Pretty cool. So I think my wife will really like this. Just have to figure out to get out of it, which I will figure that out. So I will go to on my carousel and show you the before and after in the mod, how this cabinet looks, which I think the mod came out fantastic. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful and this little modding tutorial helpful, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Hit that bell notification so you're notified when I upload a new video, and leave a comment below. Let me know if you were able to pick up this Galaga cabinet for $49. If you're gonna mod it out, trick it out like I did, or even something better, let me know. Leave a comment below. If you have any questions, let me know. Also, let me know if you want me to do a dedicated video on how I hooked up the power on the back of the panel, and show you a step-by-step taking a surge protector, splicing the wires, hooking it up to the port on the back, and crimping the wires, and the step-by-step tutorial on that. I'll be happy to do that. I know a lot of people don't want to necessarily mess around with that stuff, and that's fine. So as always, thank you for watching this video, and I will see everyone in the next video. Peace.